Hello, and welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm Max, and I'm very happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Good. Today, we are going to enjoy a calm and simple English story. The title of today's episode is A Visit to the Market. This is an English story designed for listening and shadowing. Step by step, you will listen, repeat, and feel more comfortable with English. And my promise to you is this: by the end of this story, you will understand more English and you will feel more confident using simple sentences. In real life. Not perfect English, not fast English, real English. Now, maybe you feel like this sometimes. You listen to English, but it feels too fast. Or you read, but speaking feels difficult. Or maybe you understand a little pass. But when you try to speak, your mind becomes quiet, empty, and that can feel frustrating. But listen, that is normal. You are not doing anything wrong. Your brain is learning, slowly, quietly, and it needs time and repetition, and calm practice. Another thing many people believe is this: I need to understand everything. But this is not true. You don't need to understand every word. You need to stay with the story. Stay with the feeling. Stay with the rhythm. That is how language becomes natural. So today, we will follow one simple story, a real-life situation, a visit to the market, something very normal, something very human. But inside this simple story, there are many useful sentences, many real expressions, many small moments that you can use in your own life. And here is the big idea for today. You can learn English by living inside simple stories, not only studying rules, not only memorizing words, but feeling the story step by step. So relax, listen carefully, repeat when I invite you, and don't worry about mistakes. You are safe here. You are learning. Let's begin the story together. Before we continue with the story, let me ask you something simple. How can a story help you improve your English? Maybe you think, it's just a story. But actually, a story is one of the most powerful ways to learn. Why? Because a story gives you context. You don't hear random words. You hear connected ideas. You follow actions. You feel emotions. And your brain understands more without stress. Now, let me explain how you can use this story in a very simple way. First, you listen. Just listen. Don't try to translate everything. Don't stop the audio in your mind. Just follow the situation. Second, you repeat. Not every sentence, just the ones I invite you to repeat. You hear the sentence, and then you say it, slowly, clearly, without pressure. Third, you imagine. You see the place. You see the people. You feel the moment. This helps your brain remember more. Now, let's try a small practice before the story begins. Listen first. I am ready to listen and learn. Now repeat after me. I am ready to listen and learn. Good. Again, a little slower. I am ready to listen and learn. Very nice. Another sentence. This story helps me understand English naturally. Now repeat. This story helps me understand English naturally. Excellent. And one more. I don't need to understand everything. I stay with the story. Now repeat. I don't need to understand everything. I stay with the story. Perfect. Now, remember this. If you feel confused at some moment, it is okay. If you miss a word, it is okay. If your pronunciation is not perfect, it is okay. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to improve, step by step, with calm practice. And this story will help you do that. So now, let's move gently into the story. Listen carefully and stay with me. Now, the story begins. It is early in the morning. Not too early, but the city is still quiet. The air feels fresh and a little cool. A man named Daniel opens his window. He looks outside and takes a slow breath. Today feels different. Not a big day, not an important meeting, just a normal day. But something inside him says, I want to go out. He looks at his small kitchen table. There is a cup of coffee, still warm. Next to it, a piece of paper, a short list. Very simple. Tomatoes, bread, cheese, and something sweet. He looks at the list and smiles a little. It's a good day to visit the market. Listen, it's a good day to visit the market. Now, repeat. It's a good day to visit the market. Good. Daniel finishes his coffee slowly. He doesn't rush. He enjoys the moment. Then he stands up and puts on his jacket. Not a heavy jacket, just something light. Before he leaves, he checks his pockets, phone, wallet, keys. He stops for a second. Do I have everything? Listen. Do I have everything? Now repeat. Do I have everything? Very good. He nods. Yes, I'm ready. Listen. Yes, I'm ready. Now you. Yes, I'm ready. Good. He opens the door and steps outside. The street is calm. A few people are walking. A woman with a small dog, a man carrying a box, a bicycle passing quietly. Daniel starts walking. Not fast, just a relaxed pace. He knows the market is not far. As he walks, he hears small sounds, shoes on the ground, a distant voice, a door closing, and slowly the city begins to wake up. Daniel looks at a small bakery on the corner. The door open. Warm light comes from inside. He smells fresh bread. He stops for a second. Maybe I should come back later, he thinks. Listen. Maybe I should come back later. Now. Repeat. Maybe I should come back later. Good. He continues walking. Step by step. He turns left, then right, and then he sees it. The market. It is not very big, but it is full of life. Colors, sounds, people. He takes a slow breath. I like this place. Listen, I like this place. Now repeat. I like this place. Very nice. He steps inside and looks around. There are fruits in bright colors, red, yellow, green. There are small stands with vegetables. There are people talking, smiling, choosing food. It feels alive. Daniel walks slowly between the stands. He doesn't rush. He looks. He listens. He feels the moment. This is not just shopping. This is an experience. And something inside him feels calm, present, connected. He takes the list from his pocket again: tomatoes, bread, cheese, and something sweet. He looks up. "Let's start," he says, quietly. "Listen, let's start. Now repeat. Let's start." Good. Daniel walks toward the first stand. It is full of tomatoes. Big tomatoes, small tomatoes, very red, and some still a little green. They shine under the morning light. A woman stands behind the table. She looks calm and friendly. Daniel stops in front of the stand and looks carefully. He doesn't touch anything yet. He just observes. The colors, the shapes, the small details. Then the woman smiles. "Good morning," she says. "Listen. Good morning. Now repeat." "Good morning. Good." Daniel smiles back. "Good morning," he answers. His voice is soft but clear. He feels relaxed, not nervous, just present. He looks at the tomatoes again. "I'm looking for something fresh," he says. "Listen. I'm looking for something fresh. Now repeat. I'm looking for something fresh." "Very nice." The woman nods. "These are very fresh," she says. She picks up one tomato and shows it to him. "Look at this one." Daniel leans a little closer. The tomato is bright red, smooth, and firm. "It looks perfect," he says. "Listen. It looks perfect. Now repeat. It looks perfect. Good." The woman smiles again. "It is from this morning," she adds. Daniel feels confident. He points gently. "I'll take 3. Listen. I'll take 3. Now repeat. I'll take 3. Excellent." The woman puts 3 tomatoes into a small paper bag. She moves slowly, carefully. Then she gives the bag to Daniel. "Here you go. Listen. Here you go. Now repeat. Here you go." "Good." Daniel takes the bag. "Thank you," he says. "Listen. Thank you. Now repeat." "Thank you." "Very nice." "You're welcome," the woman replies. Daniel takes a small step back. He looks at the bag in his hand. Simple, but it feels good. A small action done in English, a real interaction, and inside he feels something new. A little more confidence, a little more comfort. He doesn't stop. He continues walking through the market. Next on his list, bread. He looks around. There is a small stand in the corner, not very big, but something feels special. The smell, warm, soft, inviting, fresh bread. He walks closer. Behind the table, an older man is arranging loaves of bread. Long bread, round bread, some with seeds, some very simple. Daniel watches for a moment. Then he says, "This smells amazing. Listen, this smells amazing. Now repeat. This smells amazing." "Good." The man looks up and smiles. "Yes, fresh from the oven," he says. Daniel nods slowly. "I'd like 1 loaf," he says. "Listen, I'd like 1 loaf. Now repeat. I'd like 1 loaf." "Very good." The man picks up a loaf carefully. Not too big, not too small, just right. He wraps it in paper. Then he hands it to Daniel. Enjoy it, he says. Listen, enjoy it. Now, repeat. Enjoy it. Nice. Daniel smiles. I will, he answers. Listen. I will. Now you. I will. Good. Now Daniel has tomatoes and bread. Two simple things. But the experience is more than that. He is not only buying food, he is using English in real life, with real people, and step by step, he is becoming more comfortable, more natural, more present. He looks at his list again, cheese, and something sweet. Daniel walks a little deeper into the market. The space becomes more lively, more voices, more movement, more colors. He hears someone laughing. He hears a short conversation, fast, natural. For a moment, he just listens, not to understand everything, just to feel the sound of English around him. Then he sees a small stand with cheese, different types, some white, soft, smooth, some yellow, harder, with a stronger smell. Behind the table, a young man is cutting a piece of cheese. Slow, careful movements. Daniel stops in front of the stand. He looks curious, but calm. I'm looking for something simple, he says. Listen, I'm looking for something simple. Now repeat. I'm looking for something simple. Good. The young man nods. Do you like soft cheese or strong cheese? He asks. Listen. Do you like soft cheese or strong cheese? Now repeat. Do you like soft cheese or strong cheese? Very nice. Daniel thinks for a moment. He looks at the different options. Then he answers, I think something soft. Listen. I think something soft. Now, repeat. I think something soft. Good. The young man smiles. Try this one, he says. He cuts a very small piece and gives it to Daniel. Daniel takes it slowly. He tastes it. The flavor is light, a little creamy, very pleasant. He nods. This is really nice, he says. Listen, this is really nice. Now repeat. This is really nice. Excellent. I'll take a small piece, he adds. Listen, I'll take a small piece. Now repeat. I'll take a small piece. Good. The young man wraps the cheese carefully. Then he gives it to Daniel. Good choice, he says. Listen, good choice. Now repeat. Good choice. Nice. Daniel smiles. Again. Thank you, he says. Listen. Thank you. Now you. Thank you. Very good. Now he has tomatoes, bread, and cheese. His bag is getting heavier, but his steps feel lighter, because something is changing. Not outside, inside. He feels more present, more open, more comfortable with English. He doesn't think too much. He doesn't try to be perfect. He just speaks in small moments. Now he looks at his list again. Only one thing left, something sweet. He looks around. There is a small stand at the end of the pass. Market. It is colorful, bright, almost like a small celebration. Fruits, pastries, small desserts. Something feels different about this place. Warmer, more playful. He walks closer. A woman is arranging small boxes with desserts. carefully, like each one is important. Daniel looks at a small cake, then at some fresh strawberries, then at a jar with honey. He smiles. "This looks beautiful," he says. "Listen. This looks beautiful. Now repeat. This looks beautiful. Good." The woman looks at him. Her eyes are kind. "Would you like something sweet?" she asks. "Listen. Would you like something sweet? Now repeat. Would you like something sweet?" "Very nice." Daniel nods slowly. "Yes, I think so." "Listen. Yes, I think so." "Now repeat." "Yes, I think so." "Good." He looks again. Not in a hurry. Just enjoying the moment. Daniel looks at the table for a few more seconds. There are many choices. Some are simple, some are more special. He feels a small question inside him. What do I really want? Listen. What do I really want? Now repeat. What do I really want? Good. He doesn't rush. He looks again at the strawberries. Fresh, bright, almost shining. Then he looks at a small cake, soft, with a light cream on top, and next to it, a small jar of honey. Golden, slow, quiet. He smiles a little. "I can't decide," he says. "Listen. I can't decide. Now repeat. I can't decide." "Good." The woman smiles gently. "That's okay," she says. "Take your time. Listen. Take your time. Now repeat. Take your time." Very nice. Daniel breathes slowly. This moment is not stressful. It is calm. He is not trying to be perfect. He is just choosing. And speaking little by little, he points at the strawberries. "Are these sweet?" he asks. "Listen. Are these sweet? Now repeat. Are these sweet?" "Good." The woman nods. "Yes, very sweet." "Listen. Yes, very sweet." "Now repeat." "Yes, very sweet." "Nice." Then Daniel looks at the cake. "And what about this?" he asks. "Listen. And what about this?" "Now repeat. And what about this?" "Good." The woman leans slightly forward. "That one is soft and light," she says. "Not too sweet." Daniel nods. He likes that. Not too sweet. Listen. Not too sweet. Now repeat. Not too sweet. Very good. He thinks again. Not too long, just enough. Then he smiles. "I'll take the cake," he says. "Listen. I'll take the cake." Now repeat. "I'll take the cake." Excellent. The woman carefully places the cake in a small box. Slow movements. Gentle hands. Then she gives it to him. "Here you go. Listen. Here you go. Now repeat. Here you go." Good. Daniel takes the box carefully. "Thank you," he says again. "Listen. Thank you. Now you. Thank you. Nice." "You're welcome," she replies. Now Daniel has everything. Tomatoes, bread, cheese, and something sweet. But more than that, he has something else. Confidence. Not big confidence, not loud confidence, quiet confidence. The kind that grows slowly. The kind that feels real. He steps away from the stand, and for a moment, he stops. He looks around again. The market is more alive now. More people, more sounds, more movement. But he feels calm inside. He takes a slow breath. That was a good choice, he says. Softly. Listen. That was a good choice. Now repeat. That was a good choice. Very nice. Now. Something interesting happens. He is not thinking about English anymore. He is just using it. Naturally. Without pressure, without fear, just small sentences, real moments. And that is the shift. That is where learning becomes living. Daniel walks slowly toward the exit of the market. The light outside feels brighter now. The morning is moving forward. People are coming in and going out. Some are in a hurry. Some are relaxed. Daniel is calm. He holds his bag carefully, not too tight, just enough. As he walks, he passes a small coffee stand. Not a big place, just a simple table, a machine, and a man making coffee. The smell is warm, deep, comforting. Daniel stops for a second. He didn't plan this. But something inside him says, maybe one more thing. Listen. Maybe one more thing. Now repeat. Maybe one more thing. Good. He steps closer. The man looks at him and nods. Hi, he says. Listen. Hi. Now repeat. Hi. Daniel answers. Hi. Simple. Easy. Natural. He looks at the menu. Not many options, just a few. Coffee, tea, something cold. He thinks for a moment. Then he says, I'd like a small coffee, please. Listen. I'd like a small coffee, please. Now repeat. I'd like a small coffee, please. Very good. The man nods. Sure, he says. Give me a minute. Listen. Give me a minute. Now repeat. Give me a minute. Good. Daniel stands quietly. He watches the process. The sound of the machine, the steam, the movement. It feels peaceful. Then the man hands him the cup. Here you go. Listen. Here you go. Now repeat. Here you go. Nice. Daniel takes the cup. Thank you, he says again. Listen. Thank you. Now. You. Thank you. Good? You're welcome, the man replies. Daniel steps aside. He doesn't leave immediately. He takes a small sip. The coffee is warm, strong, but not too strong. He closes his eyes for a second. This is nice, he says softly. Listen. This is nice. Now repeat. This is nice. Very nice. Now, something important is happening. Daniel is not thinking, what is the correct sentence? He is not translating. He is not afraid. He is simply present. And English is part of that moment. That is the goal. Not perfect grammar, not perfect pronunciation, presence, connection, simple expression. Now, as he stands there, he looks around. He sees people talking, laughing, choosing food, paying, leaving. Life is moving, and English is part of it, not separate, not distant, right there, inside real life. He takes another small sip, and then he says quietly, I feel good right now. Listen. I feel good right now. Now repeat. I feel good right now. Now. Excellent. This is not a big sentence, but it is real, and that makes it powerful. Now. After a few moments, Daniel finishes his coffee. He looks at the empty cup and smiles. That was worth it, he says. Listen, that was worth it. Now repeat. That was worth it. Very nice. He throws the cup in a small trash bin. Then he adjusts his bag, and starts walking again, this time toward home. But something is different now. He is not the same as when he arrived. Not completely different, just a little more confident, a little more open, a little more connected. Daniel walks back through the streets, the same streets as before. But now they feel different. Not because the street changed, because he changed a little. He walks past the bakery again. This time he stops. The door is still open. The smell of bread is still warm. But now he doesn't hesitate. He steps inside. The space is small, quiet, soft light. A woman stands behind the counter. She looks up. "Good morning," she says. "Listen. Good morning." Now repeat. "Good morning." Daniel smiles. "Good morning," he answers. This time it feels easier, more natural, less thinking. He looks at the bread, slowly, carefully. "I came back," he says, almost to himself. "Listen. I came back." Now repeat. "I came back." "Good." The woman smiles. "That's a good sign," she says. Daniel nods. He looks at a small pastry. Not too big. Golden, soft, simple. "I'd like this one," he says. "Listen. I'd like this one." Now repeat. "I'd like this one." Very nice. The woman places it in a small paper bag. Then she hands it to him. "Here you go." "Listen. Here you go." Now repeat. "Here you go." "Good." Daniel takes it. "Thank you," he says again. And this time, something feels different. The words come faster, smoother, more natural. "You're welcome," the woman replies. Daniel steps outside again. Now he has everything. Tomatoes, bread, cheese, something sweet, and one more small pastry. But more important than all of that, he has a new feeling, a quiet confidence. Not loud, not perfect, but real. He starts walking home again. The sun is a little higher now. The air feels warmer. He hears more voices, more life. And as he walks, he says something softly. "I can do this." "Listen, I can do this." Now repeat. "I can do this." "Good." Again. "I can do this." Very nice. This sentence is simple, but powerful, because it is not only about English, it is about belief, it is about identity. Now, imagine this. Tomorrow, Daniel can come back. Not because he needs to, but because he wants to. Because now, the market is not a difficult place. It is a place of practice, a place of small conversations, a place of real English. And this is how learning changes, from something hard to something natural, from something distant to something close, from something stressful to something calm. Now, let's take one more small moment together. Listen. I use English in real places, step by step. Now repeat. I use English in real places, step by step. Good. And one more. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to try. Listen. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to try. Now repeat. I don't need to be perfect, I just need to try. Excellent. Now, take a breath. Feel that moment, because this is not only Daniel's story, this can be your story too. Now, let's gently close this story together. Take a slow breath. You followed Daniel from his home to the market and back again. A very simple story, a normal day, but inside that day something important happened. Not something big, not something dramatic, something quiet, something real. He used English in small moments. He said simple sentences. He asked small questions. He listened and responded. And little by little, he felt more comfortable, more natural, more like himself in English. And this is the most important idea of today. You don't need big conversations. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need to feel ready. You need small moments, real moments. Now, here is your secret sentence for this story. Listen carefully. Simple moments can become real English practice. Listen again. Simple moments can become real English practice. Now repeat. Simple moments can become real English practice. Good. This is your idea. When you wake up, one sentence. When you go outside, one observation. When you buy something, one small question. When you finish something, one simple thought. You don't need to change your life. You just change the language inside your life. Instead of silence, a sentence. Instead of fear, a small try. Instead of waiting, a small action. And slowly, English becomes part of who you are, not something you study, something you live, something you use without thinking too much. Like Daniel at the end of the story. He didn't think, now I will speak English. He just spoke because it felt natural. And that is where you are going. Step by step, day by day, moment by moment. Now, I want to say something to you. If you listened, if you repeated, if you stayed here with me, you are already building your English. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels simple, you are doing it. And I am proud of you, really. So keep going, keep listening, keep repeating, keep using small sentences in your daily life. And if you enjoyed this story, you can subscribe to Daily English Whisper, so you can continue learning with calm, real, and simple English. I'm Max, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and keep going.